Good morning. All right, so you might be wondering, Stacy, what have you purchased this time? Well, this time I have purchased a TV stand, model number DMT2004A, and it's not like any TV stand I've ever seen. It's a rolling TV stand. I've got one with the cabinet on the bottom and all this, that, and the other, and I just don't use it. Not only that, it's big, it's bulky, it's kind of in the way. So I thought I might get this. I saw it on Amazon Vine. I thought, hey, that's a good idea. It cuts out all the extra space that my other one is taking up. So I'll get it. So I got it. And we'll see what's in here. Let's see if we can get it open. Kind of looks like they tried to damage it in transit. It was delayed. Whenever something gets delayed, I always worry about it because that usually means that can mean that bad things have happened to the box. And they don't know if they're going to be able to get it to you. It could also mean they overloaded the truck, but yeah. Alright, so this did arrive, which I'm thankful for. But how? I'm trying to get it open. Like, it's very weird. Like, I don't know how to get this open. This is done. I cut that. Is there... Maybe it's right here. Oh. Maybe I should pay attention to the open. Alright, so it tells you how to open it. It's got all kinds of odd seams, I guess you could say. So, let's see if we can get it. Alright, there we go. Alright. Don't think I'll need the box cutter anymore. So let's see what's in the box. The installation manual's in the box. This piece of foam is in the box. Some brackets are in the box. Okay, the power cable thing is in the box. This right here was one of its selling points. That it comes with a outlet, a 4-thing outlet, and a cable. This is another piece of foam. Oh, that's plastic. I'm not happy about that. This is plastic. I thought it was metal. I don't know about that. Alright. And... oh man, please tell me this whole thing's not made of plastic. Okay, that's metal. That's metal. Another pole. Some more stuff. Alright. Wow, this is going to be fun. Alright, so I guess I should probably put this together. There's a lot of pieces. A lot of pieces wrapped in plastic. Kind of crazy. That's metal. probably one of the TV brackets. More tubes. What is this? Looks like the tools and bolts. I only found that. This is probably for the wheels. And what do we got right? I think I found the wheels. Alright, so this is those double wheels like you sometimes see on, well, like you always see on office chairs. And some more bolts and stuff. Alright, so there are a lot of pieces. This thing's got a ton of pieces. I don't know if they could have broke it down any more than what they did. Alright, let's see how to put it together. It is just a sauna back here. Alright, so there's that. That kind of shows you what's going on. It really doesn't look all that complicated, but it sure does have a lot of pieces. Oh, check this out. The foot tubes, as they're being called, are not all the same. You have two long ones and two short ones. Obviously, the long ones probably go to the front of where the TV is supposed to be, and the short ones are probably to the back. That's really... I wish they would have made those all the same length. So this is this tube. And they are not square. Do you see that? They're slanted. They're not square. So, alright, there's only one side with holes on it. It's supposed to be facing you. So then the shorties, wherever those happen to be, should be too long and too short. Assume that's a long. And this is a long. Where's the shorts? Oh my goodness. So the shorts are in with the wheels. And there's a big size difference, folks. Look at that. I don't really like the fact that all of these aren't the same length. I don't know why they did it like this. But anyway, when you put it together, you want these holes to be facing you. Because you are warned, if you do not do this correctly, your TV could fall over and smash. So, and actually it goes this way, with the holes facing you. So then, The shorties go right there. Like that. And the long ones go right here like this. And that is how it goes. My bed's done like this too, where it's not square. Alright, so these legs are in. As far as I can tell, it is correct. What do you think? So... Alright, so we want to put the bolts in. Do we know which bolts they are? Bolts A. These don't appear to match. These do. All right, so the what do you call it? The packages are labeled. Good. So these, oh, they're little squares. But they're also, watch this, I know what I'm doing. We're going to start these. I love how they assume that you don't have any tools. They provide you with all the tools you need. Very handy when you're just starting out and you haven't collected any tools, but you got to put your furniture together for your first or second or even third apartment. But as you get older, you get some tools. So I've got options here. I could use their tools that came with the TV stand. I can use my ratchet, or I can use my electric screwdriver. We're going to try the ratchet first. Hey, first try. Those are, in case you're wondering, they are 12 millimeter bolts. I think that's what they are. 12 millimeter bolts, 12 millimeter screws. Either way, we're going to use the ratchet. Oops. Well, apparently apparently I was unscrewing something. What was I unscrewing? I don't remember. Ouch. Just bruised my finger. Ow! Boy, that hurts. It's catching on these right here, so we'll do these next. Ow! I don't know that I like how it works. It's kind of being terrible. So aside from it trying to scrape the skin off my finger, that worked pretty well. I really don't like things that injure me. It's a really great way to put me in a really terrible mood. Okay, so next, it says to put the wheels on. Oh, wow, really? Huh, interesting. Alright, I guess it's probably more aesthetically pleasing. Alright, the screws go on the bottom, so we're working on the bottom part of the base right now. So these are not pop-in. This could be annoying. Oh man, that's not fun. Alright, so these are not click-in, they're screw-in. That sucks. So I probably do need their little wrench for this part of it. That one does not fit. All right, I strongly dislike that. Usually these are pop-in, not screw-in. But they do screw in easily with just your hand, and then you just tighten them with the little wrench. What is this? Maybe not. And where's the other one? There it is. They all have locks on them. 2 of these have locks on them. And apparently, you need to put the ones with the locks on them on the long beams. So wonderful. Alright, so the directions are not clear. If you're putting this together, there are wheel locks on 2 of these. Right? It's not moving. It is moving. It's not supposed to move. It is moving. Alright, so these go on the long bits. And then the ones without locks go on the short arms. I guess that's so your TV doesn't roll away. You know, I've heard of your refrigerator running, but never your TV. Alright, so that's done. It is really, really, really hot back here. I'm making lunch at the same time I'm doing this. Alright, so this part of it is now done. So we got the wheels on the base. So now they want you to flip it over. See, look, they want you to flip it over. And there it is. So what happens after you flip it over? You put the poles in. Alright, so this should be pretty self-explanatory. This is probably the top, since it's got a cap on it. I need this one I think is the bottom. Because the bottom should have 2 ends that go in. See right here? 2 ends that go in. So this is the bottom. And I have no idea if it matters which end it is. But there we go. So here's this. I guess I could raise the camera because we're about to get tall. There it is. So here's this part, and then this has got to be the second piece because it does not have an end. So I guess it goes, whoops, like this. Okay, now we're really tall. And then I'm going to put the screws in. I need to see which screws. Alright, we need the B screws. The B screws. Alright. I am looking flabulous today. Alright. This is right here. So the B screws are right there in the B pocket. We'll see if I've got a socket that is small enough for these, but I may have to get my... Oh, nope. Check that out. These are round with just that little spot. So I gotta go get my screwdriver. I might be missing a doohickey. It's not in there. Let's see if this one fits before I try and find my thing. Okay, this is gonna fit, thankfully. I don't know where my big thing for all of these is, but it looks like this one is gonna fit, so that's great. This one fits, so we're gonna use it. Hoping I'm not missing one of these, because I don't ever not have a bit in the front of this, and today it seems like I do not have a bit in the front of this. Doing it. It's not lined up, I don't think. Alright. And if you have a couple of power tools, this is really going to be a lot easier. Plus, you're not going to be hand tightening it. You're going to be power tool tightening it, which is going to be tighter than you can do with your hand. And it takes less time. Probably need to charge this. I keep saying that every time I put something together, I'm like, I really should charge my electric screwdriver. Truth is, I don't remember where the charger is. I think it's on the couch, but I'm not sure. Alright, so that is done. That part of it. Now I guess I need to put it on the floor. Yes, you can come over here a little closer, because we got to do something right there. It needs the little bitty bracket things. These guys, maybe? That, maybe? Plastic. These are plastic. But it looks like, let's see, does it matter? It says fasten 9 to the top part of 4. I guess it doesn't matter because these clips go in opposite directions. Do you see that? So you just snap them in. I still can't believe these are plastic. I'm not happy with how many plastic pieces there are on this. And then the other side also gets a piece of plastic. So, looks like that. Okay. It is really hot back here. Alright, so all of this page is now done. So that was page 7. Now we're on page 8. Now we need to find this right here, which is metal. And it's got an arrow on it. It says, put it on pointing up. See, I will show you. It says, fasten it on, arrow pointing up. It also says to fasten it on to the long side. So, that makes no sense. Oh wait, maybe it does. Alright, so this goes right here. Oh, I see what it's doing. When you put the plastic pieces on, it's creating a flat side to mount this bar. Make sure your arrow is up. Make sure it is on the long leg side. I need to figure out what the bolts are for this. Looks like it's C1, 2, and 3. So, let's see. C1, 2, and 3. Oops. None of that. It's this stuff right here. All right. So there's a bunch of washers and nuts for this one. So let's see. So this screw goes through the top. And I need to put a washer right there. So you put the washer right there. put this facing up, and you put this through the hole all the way to the hole on the other side all the way. Then you put another washer on. Then it's got an extra washer. Then you put this on. There's a wax thing in there that is being really awesome. No, I'm kidding. All right. So that's not gonna work. I bet it's this one. You know what? That's all the more I want to do, because we got to get that other bottom one too. So let's see what goes on the bottom. So now we need D1. That would be this stuff right here. Looks like I might be a washer short, because this has got a specific pattern to it. Do you see it? So when you put it in, it gets, one of these gets the little iron piece. Then you put a plastic piece on it. Then you screw it in. And I don't see another piece of I don't see another washer, metal washer. Alright, I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do about that missing washer. Alright, so I am still working on this washer problem. I don't see any washers. Why is K empty? Alright, so I don't see anything there. The only thing I've got left is a plastic washer. And technically I also need a metal one. So the question is, where are there some more metal washers? These look like plastic and they're too thick. So looks to me like I was not given an extra washer, but actually shorted a washer. Let's move this. It does roll nicely. What is this? Oh. That was the rubber washer for the hose that's under here. No, I just don't know when I'm going to get another washer. Because it looks to me like there were supposed to be 4 washers. And C3 times 2. C3 times 2. Yeah, there were supposed to be 4 washers, and they only gave me 3 metal washers. So this is going to be fun, because I can't seem to find another washer. Well, actually, I just found what I was looking for. So, a bit back, I was putting together a bicycle. I kept all the pieces. Here's a little metal washer. Let's see if it fits. Because what we want to do is we want to do this, and we want this washer. Yep, fits right there. Alright, so, always save your pieces. So what does that say? Does it say metal and then plastic? Look. Yep, metal and then plastic. So, alright, so I found another washer that I can use. It came off it was out of a set for my Vevor trike bike, which I got as a Christmas present. That was not an Amazon Vine product. In fact, it's on my other channel, Stacey Carroll, Food and Fiction Writing. And okay, so now what do I want to do? Let's see here. Does this fit? I know what's going to happen. Alright, let's see. That does not fit. Not it, not it, not it. Alright, I need to find my container of other bits. My container of other bits. So let's see what fits. I feel like I'm missing a bunch of these. I suppose I could always buy a different or another one. Let's try this one. That is, well, kind of fits. This one. Nope. I guess this is going to be the best one. Alright. So we're going to... About as good as it gets, I guess. Alright. So then, this one... And this needs the little guy. And then I'm going to take this. Oops, where's the other one? I need the other one. It is gone. Shoot. While I was looking for stuff, I misplaced the other thing. It's got a bit small enough for that other one. This is 11 millimeters. I just don't think. Nah, it's gonna have to. That's 11. I might have a 10, but I still think 13. 15. 10. Let's see here. Is it a 10? I don't know. But we're going to try. I have to be able to hold the bolt and screw the other side. It helps. Well, here, I know what I'm going to do. I have to be able to hold this one and screw this one. There we go. Let's see here. Hold this end and we'll screw this end. Yep, alright. I think I got it. Yeah, that looks pretty tight. Okay, so that's that. That was actually real easy. I always have a tough time holding on to these because these are so long and set all the way through, makes it real easy to hold on to stuff. Okay, so that's done. Alright, so this much of it is now done. And I was actually missing a piece, but I found a suitable replacement. Let me make sure this is correct. Oops, need the bigger one. Need to make sure I tighten this one. Yep, that's tight. It doesn't look tight. I think it's because all these washers. But it is tight. It's on there. Alright. So that much is done. Now I kind of need to move this. Seems stable. Alright, we're gonna move you back because I gotta do something else here. I am just so flabulous. Alright. Alright, so we need this piece right here. And it looks like I need these pieces right here. And I need the H pieces. The H pieces. Those are not it. The H pieces. C, D, F, G, H. It's these right here. So there's 4 of these, what they're calling H bolts. So, what are we doing? Four H bolts, but we have 6 holes. Alright, this is what holds that tray. And you cannot get it wrong because there's a little cutout right there. How do they want you to put the screws in? Interesting. There's an R on the bottom. Tell you what, I'm gonna get my screwdriver. See if it fits. Nope, find a bigger one. there. All right. So. And we'll do the same thing. Alright, so that looks like that. Make sure it's tight. Yep. And we'll do this one. Shoot. No, I don't want to do that. All right. Okay, I don't think this part is not gonna be fun if you don't have some kind of electric screwdriver. It's not even really fun with the electric screwdriver. It's just easier. All right. Make sure it's in there. All right. So that's what that looks like. This is what holds that tray. Is what I'm doing. All right. All right, where was I? Doing like 10,000 things at once this morning. So we're trying to put this up. Apparently I'm knocking pieces of the floor too. Wonder what that goes to. I don't know. All right. So this is done. This part we finished. Four eye screws. So that would be these right here. These are the eye screws. To turn this over. This is the tray. And line these up. My safety was sort of on. I mean, there's no safety, but it wasn't done right. There we go. Barely lines up. In fact, I'm not sure that it does. There we go. Alright, so that's done. That is the tray. The tray is put together. And it says flip it 180 degrees and attach it to somewhere. There should be something. Is it not? Huh. Looks like it has to do with this right here. Oh wow. It just squeezes onto the pole. There's no permanent screw into it. And it says use J. These are the J bolts. And I will need another one of these square things. Yep, it'll be this one. Looks like there's some kind of cable management on the back of it. Alright. So I guess we're just gonna squeeze it on wherever we feel like putting it. Let's see where they're putting it. Way down low. They're putting it way down low. They're putting it right about here. Oops. Okay, looks pretty solid. Okay, cool. And all of you are going, you just did not do that left-handed, did you? Yeah, I did. I can use both hands. Alright, so where am I at next? Okay, the tray is on. So that's the end of that page. We are now on page 13. Alright, so this has to do with getting the outlets on. So, alright, I'll be back in a second. I am starving. Alright, we want to work on this right here. I need to find the clip thing or whatever they're talking about. I should be able to find a piece like that somewhere. But I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. Unless it's under here now. What do I do with the box? Well, I am missing some pieces apparently. I could have swore I remembered seeing that too. It's just so hot. I wonder where it went. I found this, but this is not it. I got this, but this is not it. Nothing should have. Just don't see it. Nothing in that box. Nothing in here. Nothing in that box. This is not good. Whatever brackets this right here on, it's missing. I think they didn't give me all the pieces. Although I could have swore I saw it. Alright, so I don't see it. Looks like there's another piece missing. I just have to move on. I don't know what happened to that. So I am going to move on. Alright, so I guess that's it, folks. The last step of this part of it was to connect the outlet to the stand, which I can't do because I don't know what happened to the piece. And the rest of it is how to put your TV on the stand, and I'm not ready for that just yet. So I think that's it for this video. Wait a minute. Holy cow, I found it. You remember that red bag that I tossed? There it is. Whoops. Oh no, it's gone forever. No, it's not. Alright, actually I just found it. So actually we can put the outlet on, and the rest of it then after this is just attaching the TV to this, and that might be a separate video or whatever. Alright, so here's what they're talking about. So let's see. So this piece right here needs to go at the top right here, and you are supposed to snap it all the way in, which I've done, but it just wants to fall back out. So what's the deal? Ah, I see. Alright, so you take that screw and you put it right here. Whoops, stop that! Shoot. It's frustrating. Alright, so this screw is really, really annoying. What the heck? No way. None of this is fitting tightly. This is all very, very loose, and that screw is really irritating. This screw is terrible. Alright. So now I'm looking for screw V. Yeah, this does not screw in, and this does not snap in. So I do have another one, so let's try this one. Nope, same deal. Wow. V2, there is no such thing as V. Alright, so they didn't do a very good job putting all the pieces making sure all the pieces were here. And there's only one screw V. Alright, I don't know, because this isn't going to stay. And I have no idea what these are supposed to grip onto. Unless it's more... Oh, you know what? I see what it is. There's 2 more holes at the bottom. So, yeah, okay. I see what's going on. This goes right like this, and then there's some holes way down here. Oops. Gosh, that screw is really irritating. Alright, so that's how that works. But they didn't have a screw for this end. Right. Okay, so I guess that's it. Because I'm not ready to put the TV on it. So here it is. It's a lot taller than I thought it would be, actually. It's pretty tall. So yeah, alright, that's it for this video for now. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe, and I will bring another product to you later. Have a great day. Good morning, folks. It is several months later. I started on this TV stand months ago, and I got to this point right here and went, I need 2 people for this job. Shoot! Because there's no way I'm going to be able to lift the TV onto this right here. It is never going to happen. So I got to thinking, and I think I can do this. But I have to remove this right here. At that point, I can slide it under this table. But let's take a look at the directions. So there's what's left of that. Here's these again. The directions. The rest of the pieces. This weird thing. And some other weird stuff. Look, I got 2 of these that aren't used. Alright. So let's take another look at these directions. That's on. This I need to take back off. So this is just, I think they make this a little too complicated. But I'm going to try it. Technically, I need to measure the holes in the TV. I do not know why. That seems weird. You should just be able to mount these and then stick it on, but I don't know. Alright, so I'm going to see about the measuring the TV. And I'll show you why this is so hard. They want you to measure the back of the TV. But look at where my TV is. I mean, that's tough. How do they expect people to do that? So I'm somehow going to have to turn this TV and measure these holes. I mean, that's crazy, folks. Now, if I knew it was going to fit, or I knew it was going to, you just slap it on, I just pull this off of here. But since I don't want to unplug everything. But this is just terrible. Yeah, this is all tangled up. So all the wires are super tangled up. I don't know why that's now my thing's doing that. And I'm not sure why. Something pulled it. Just to measure it, it's a freaking nightmare. And I don't know why they want it to be so difficult. What is the problem here? Oh, my laptop is the problem. Yeah, so I don't know why they want to make this 10 times harder than it really needs to be. But here we are. And this is why this filth right here, that's why I want to get that TV off that big stand. All those big stands do is create mess. That's all they do. They're just mess, mess, mess. Mess on the floor, mess behind it, mess everywhere. Mess, mess, mess. Ah. stand the mess, the dust, the horribleness that these TV stands create. These big ones. They just, oh, they're mess. Mess, mess, mess. So, yeah, I can't take the mess anymore. It takes up too much space. Not only is it a mess, it takes up too much space. Because look at how much space is wasted. That thing's right there, but we got like 2 feet right there that's just totally wasted because of this TV stand. But I'm going to clean up some of this right now. We got a cereal box over there that nobody can get to because it's in the mess area where everything's all blocked off. So the goal is to stop that. I'll be back. I gotta take this stupid trash out. Alright, so this says it wants me to measure the holes. Why is this not charged? Yeah, this is my keyboard vacuuming thing. It was supposed to be charged. It's not. I did do a little bit of sweeping. So I don't even know why I'm measuring the holes. This is so weird. I'm going to turn this. Get back in here. And it's really, really dark. Sorry about that. But part of the reason I'm getting rid of this stuff is because I'm planning on moving. Because this room doesn't have any light if I don't turn that little thing off or use the rechargeable sconce thing. I'm going to measure those holes. Back here without tripping. Eight and a half inches. Looks like 8.5 inches. But if that's the case, I've got another ruler I can use. Well, maybe I can't. I've only got this 8-inch ruler, so we'll see. Well, actually, now it's looking like 8 inches. Yeah. 8 inches. 8 inches. 8 inches. Looks like 8 inches. So let me go look at the other thing. must be, it has to be 7.9. I'm measuring 8 inches, but 7.9 is so close to 8 inches that it has to be 7.9. That's the only other number on the thing. It doesn't have an even 8 inches. So we'll say that it is probably 7.9, because check this out. This is ridiculous. I don't know anybody that can get that accurate with their ruler. At least nobody outside of somebody that has to do it, has been doing it for years. So then what am I doing? Exactly what I thought. We're going to attach these brackets to the back of the TV, and we're going to snap, well, actually, it's a little bit different. We're going to attach the rods to the back of the TV, then snap the TV onto this thing. Alright, so let's do that. I've got to get the TV in here. This should be fun. So now I am willing to unplug the TV. Alright, I've got to get this TV in here and on this table. The good thing about modern TVs is that they don't weigh very much. In fact, this might actually be lighter than the computer monitor that's on my desk. But I've got to be able to have it stand up like that. So, directions over here. Well, this works exactly opposite as you would think it would. It says choose the lower holes to lower the TV. Choose the upper holes to put the TV higher. The TV is going to go where it's going to go. I got to take this tray off because it won't slide under the thing. I had to find my screw gun. Uh-oh. My bits thing got moved. This is bad. I don't think I've got. Yeah, shoot. My bits thing got moved. What have I done with it? Shoot. I gotta find my bits thing. I'll be back. Alright, that was incredibly irritating. I needed this thing right here. And for years, it's been right next to that back window. But the thing that I had it on, I'm trying to sell. So it got moved. That does not fit. It almost has to be in it. Well, wait a minute. Unless it's this one. It is that one. Ha ha, there we go. Alright, that was easier than I thought. I thought I was going to have to take it all the way off. Alright, so this has to go where it has to go. Upper, lower, it doesn't matter. It's got to go where it's got to go. So do I think this is lower or higher? This has got to go under here a bit more. God, it's being frustrating. I got stuck under here and it's being frustrating. So it has to go where it has to go. I don't know whether this is higher or lower. It's very difficult to tell. Can you tell whether it's higher or lower? By looking at it, I can't tell. But the way it is the way it is. It's got to be this way right here. Just don't know. It's so hard to tell. How is that supposed to work? I finally see it. They've got little hooks on them that you clip onto the TV. Oh, there's no way that's right. Unless I got it upside down. I do not. It's only going to clip on the top. Man, there's no way that's right. These bars are only going to go on one way. They got this lip down here. These bars aren't going to go on right because there's that lip. So there's only one way to put these bars on. That's cute. So what screws are we using? So you have to select the TV screw diameter. So there must be multiple screws here. There are. But I'm right. This TV is only going to mount the way it's going to mount. There's no adjustable on it. And it's this right here. It's a good thing that TV's light. It's going to do it. this. So what you have to do is check to make sure that the screws fit in the holes. And I think it's going to be this one. Well, oh, here's one. Now I'm just testing to see if it fits. Maybe it doesn't. I don't think it fits. I think this one fits. Okay, that one fits. Yeah, this fits. So my TV takes the largest screws. Alright, so got that done. You want to be the way it's going to be. So. I want an actual screwdriver. Well, I have no idea where my. Wait a minute. That was a flathead. Well, it is what it is. Yeah, that's a little scary. must be something I am missing because this screw doesn't go all the way flush. I want to see if there's something that's going to make it flush. It does not say. Oh, it does say. Check this out. So it does make concessions for TVs with a bump. Mine is option 3, which is right here. Well, come on now. There's where it is. So I have to use the spacers. Alright, so this is fun. So, in order to get this to fit right, I have to have this thing and this thing. Let me make sure you can see that. This thing and this thing in order to get it to fit right. Let's hope it works. I see exactly what's going on. Alright, so these bumpers make it so that I can get over this bump, which is interesting. Yeah. doing it. I think once the spacer is on, it's too short. Yep, that's exactly what's going on. Wait a minute. There are other spacers. Boy, this is confusing. There are several different types of spacers. All right, let's try this one. Let's try putting two spacers together. Goodness, this is crazy. The reason I'm doing it manually is because you have to get at least 6 turns or it's not going to work. So let's see if we can get it. Okay, we at least got 6 turns. Okay, there's at least 6 turns. It's still not as good as I would want it, but it is what it is. Oops. Well, being bad. grab the right screw? I did. Oh, maybe I didn't. No. What's going on? I think this one's getting cross-threaded. So let's move it and see what happens. Nope, that is what it is. All right. I don't like that this moves, but it's not going to get any better. Stop being annoying. I think that's it. Now I gotta do the other side. Oh, where's my hand? Oh, I can't find it. Oh, it's way up there. We're high out. All right. I did it wrong. Doggone it. But did that fit better? Let's see something. No, not really. Which side is going to line up better? There's the question. Well, neither one of them really. Where's my... Yeah, doesn't really matter. But I think I like the way this fits better. holes, I guess. Which hole's it gonna be? Top to top. Yep, that's even. What did I just do with the other spacers? Oh. All right. Not getting any better than that. I don't know why this one is actually looser than the other one. Two spacers are there. Yeah, I have no idea. I think that's as good as it's gonna get. All right, now it's time to attach this to this, which might be kind of difficult. I'm gonna have a base problem now. Shoot. Shoot. I gotta get the old base off. Doggone it. Alright, I wanted to get the old base off after I hung it. That way I know that it works. But this is just being super awful. So now I got a problem because I got to try and get I got to try and lay this TV down. Whoops. These companies always assume that you got like 1 billion people that's going to help you. That's not always true. In fact, I think it is rarely true. Just think, oh, they'll just call their friends or whatever and they'll help. That's not always true. That's a terrible assumption. Since I have to tilt this, I'm putting a towel down. I did not want to tilt this. Did not want to do it. Did not. I need a bigger towel. Now I need to wash my hands. Doggone it. They don't make it easy. Well, here. I can't find a towel. Something's being terrible right here. All right. All right. This is being ridiculous. Ridiculous. Should not be this hard. They should have thought ahead on the design of this thing. Shoot, I'm going to move all this too. What is this? Rusted. Found an old tool for something else. But this is so big. This TV is so big that I basically have to clear off the whole thing to try and lay it down. I would call this a design flaw. I really wanted to take this off after I hung it. There's no way I can do that on this table. How heavy is this? Not very. I'm going to have to take this into the living room and lay it on the floor. It's too big to try and lay it on this table and then try and pick it back up. There's no possible way I can do it. It's going to be way, 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 way too awkward to do it that way. But I had to make sure I could pick it up off the floor, which was what I was super trying not to do. So I was super trying not to pick this up off the floor, but the design is so bad, this TV stand, that you pretty much have to lay it on the floor. So yeah, this was 100% what I was trying to avoid by taking it in there, clearing off the table, making sure everything was the same height. Now, I still got to put it on the floor. That's stupid. Nope, I did that wrong. Well, it's not real flush now, but what I want to do is this right here. Gosh, I can't see him. Yeah, I strongly dislike this. Stop doing that. My thing is magnetic, and it's not. There we go. And this, all the screws are light enough that they're sticking to my screwdriver. Normally you want that, but in this case I wanted them to stay in the holes. So I didn't lose them. And I'm pretty sure I just lost one. Anyway. Alright, that was irritating. Now I gotta bring it back in here and put it on the thing. And if you'll notice, this is now no longer on the correct side of the stand. I now have it behind the stand. Whoopsie-doos! These guys are idiots. Just want you to know that. That's not on there very well. So now I gotta figure out how to do the rest of it. Just in case. I know it's probably a lost cause, but I'm going to put this over the table anyway. Because if it falls off here, it's probably done. Let's see what the rest of the directions say after all that ridiculousness. I can find the directions. So, they've got a warning here to lock your TV in before using. Well, no shit. Because this particular bottom piece doesn't line up with this. So it's not on here. It's just hanging off the top brackets. But there's some locks that you can use, so let's get them. So these are the locks. I see. Boy, that's weird. All right. So this is what hooks in here. And then you screw this up to lock the TV in. So that's how you get the TV locked in. All right. That explains a little bit. So then this other one is the same way. All right, so let me give you a close-up of that. This is what this looks like. I've put the TV on. Let me see if I can find a light. So I've hooked it up here. See if you can see, if I can find it. There it is. I've hooked it up here on both sides, and then this is what locks it into place. And what it is it's screwed up into like this right here. So it's on here as well as it's going to be on here, and there's some tabs on the side. So that's it for how that goes on. I am not pleased with the way I had to install it. It would probably go a little bit better for someone if you had two people. And then is it on here? Yeah, it's sort of on here. Is it on here well? Yeah, I guess so. And then this makes the TV mobile. And it gets rid of my terrible TV stand. Alright, so there it is. I need to raise this back up. So this makes moving the TV real easy. And then I won't have that mess. Let's see what I do with my thing. What is slick over here? This is so frustrating. Alright. Should probably clean the TV. Where'd the bits go? Where did my bits go? Oh, I lost my stupid bits again. Alright, so this I'm going to raise back up. Honestly, probably didn't even need to move it down with the way this kind of turned out, but it is what it is. Alright, that's on there. So now let's take a look at this versus what I had it on. If this stays, this will be fantastic, but who knows how well it's really on there. I did the best job I could do, but I've seen a lot of horror stories where these things come crashing down, but I got it to use it, so I'm using it. All right, now let's take a look at the other one. So there's the other one. I'm going to pull it out. And we can see what the difference is between this one and the other one. But I need to clean up that mess. Tiny book that needs dusted. Probably should have got the dustpan. So there's that. Now check this out. This is, I'm going to move you. There's the new stand and there's the old one. The TV is now much, much, much higher than it was, which was also another goal of mine. That thing's just flat out too short. So let's put this up. Nope, that is not on all the way. My shelf moved. It's not on all the way. Now it's on all the way. All right, this should make things nicer. Then I'm going to sell that old one. I don't want it. Check it out. Now we got it. I need to clean this TV. I don't even know what to clean it with. Yeah, a microfiber cloth with some alcohol. Bit on the screen. This is all empty. Alright, so dust this too. I will sell this. Alright, I gotta put the TV back in. So this should actually be easier than it was because I can just turn it. So where's my remote? Goes in. Here's the plug. This. There's the plug. Found the TV plug. Oops. Yeah, here. It's red. My scissors disappeared, of course. Okay, I think that's it for what needs to be. For what needs to be plugged into the TV. So let's push that. And let's turn it on. And let's see if the Roku works. 10:26 a.m. That is correct. Let's see if the Roku works. Yes, it does. Alright, so that is much better. Much better than it was. Alright. Now I've got more room right there. I gotta do something about that other TV stand. But this is all done. Alright, folks, if you liked this video, please like and subscribe. And I will bring another interesting thing to you later. Have a great day.